Okay, so this is by far my most transparent video ever, as I'm gonna show you my full crypto portfolio in this video, and what I'm looking at to stack up on for the next crypto bull market. So if you appreciate that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, because I'm here every single day. Now let's get into it. So I basically have three crypto portfolios, and the three crypto portfolios that I have are: one, my cash portfolio. That's the portfolio that I'm building up by generating cash in however you do that, from working, from, in my case, also pre-sales and nodes that are running, and mainly crypto income. Then I have a main portfolio. This is the portfolio that I'm dollar costing into when prices are low, and I'm looking to sell everything once Bitcoin hits its top at the end of 2025 probably, and I'm gonna sell all my altcoins with it. And then I have my moonshot portfolio, and I'm going to show you the values in the moonshot portfolio, not in the others. But the moonshot portfolio is basically a portfolio with very low cap projects that I think could do really well in the next crypto bull market. And this is basically also what I'm trading. I made a lot of money on this portfolio. I've been working on this for maybe almost 2 months right now. It says that I'm 100% in profit. That's not really the case. There were a lot of coins that I've taken out of this portfolio. So yeah, it also deletes your P&L in that case. But I think I made well over 50K with this portfolio, and this is completely free right now. And the gains that I get with this portfolio is basically what I'm putting in my main portfolio that I'm not really, trading. So in that case, I can with this portfolio generate free money, and that free money I'll put in my main portfolio to build for a long-term position. So I thought it was good to say that, because you can, of course, look at my portfolio and be like, oh yeah, let me check these coins and research them. But it's also a matter of strategy. And if you're only in it for the coins but don't know how to apply a certain strategy, then it might be pretty hard. And in this video, I'm not going to go over all the different coins that I have or going to buy, but more like the niches that I'm in and, the strategy applied to it. Also, the prices are not the same when you watch this. It's a little pre-recorded, as I am having a kid at the moment that you're watching, and I need some content for when that's about to happen. So, but a couple of things that I would like to mention is, for example, I have a coin that's called Good Morning Fam. This is a coin by Seedify. It's a meme coin. But it is a meme coin, again, which is released by Seedify with a market cap. It doesn't show right here, but probably $1.7 million, which is, of course, super micro cap. And they're going to pivot somewhere next year, and they're going to add some cool utility to the token. And therefore, I feel like, okay, let me, have a position in that coin. I already made a 4x, as you can see, out of it. So, yeah, to buy it at the prices that I've bought it for, like this, right? It's now this. So it killed a zero easily. I don't think that's going to happen, but then again, it's still super micro cap. And if you look at the price chart right now, it's far from its all-time high. And in my honest opinion, it has a long way to go to get to its all-time high. But usually in this portfolio, like I said, I'm taking profits. In this case, I made $5,000 profits on this coin. I put $1,500 into it. This is a coin that I'm not taking profits on, as this is a coin that I feel like, I will feel FOMO for this one, so I'm not gonna sell this one. If it gets lower, nice, I will buy more. But there are some coins like Polkar. That's a coin that Alex Becker mentioned, and I think that in the bull run, once it is higher cap, Alex will start talking about it more, and this has a clean 10x potential. Most of the coins in this portfolio have, because this is called my moonshot portfolio. And yeah, the highest cap is now Playable Games, which is sitting at a $60 million market cap. So this is, of course, not like micro cap anymore. Same goes for WAGME, but overall, Katana Inu is the highest cap with 35 million. And if you scroll down the list, you can see really low cap projects right here, which I think could do really well. And I haven't, like you see, bought into everything. It's also a watch list. It's not my complete portfolio. But this is something that I am definitely looking into to to trade off, basically to trade off. Again, if you look at my profit loss right here, you see some projects. Some I made a little loss on, but it's not crazy or anything. But spin top, I made a 3.5x on that. It's doing really well. There's Game Swift, I made a 3x on that. There's Good Morning Fam, made a 4x on that. There are a lot of projects that I did really, really well on. And I'm just sell it, take my initial out, maybe a little profit, put it into the longer term stuff, and then look what else is there. And how I look at this is basically, yeah, launch pads and gaming, right? The low cap gaming stuff. What we have seen lately over the last couple of months is that crypto was really doing well, and especially crypto gaming and everything in gaming was moving like really hard, especially like even MetaGods, right? Super micro cap. I don't even recommend. I don't have a position at the moment. To be completely honest, I don't. Right. But if you look at this, man, even if I talk about this could pump. Right. So therefore, I'm now doing it. But hey, I look at it like, oh yeah, it went from 0.008. And it's now 0.00008 to 0.004. So it's still up like 5x from the bottom. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of buying things that are up 5x from the bottom necessarily. But it is a project. How I look at this, I look like what's the low cap gaming stuff on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. And then I'm a verified, and I go to Twitter and I look like, hey, are they, still active? Who's following them, right? Are they still tweeting? Do they have, interaction? And with this project, I feel like, I don't know. It's not bad, but, it could be better. Overall, this is a portfolio that I don't put more than $2,000 per coin into. And that maybe doesn't say anything to you, because if you play with 10k, yeah, then 2k per coin is a lot, and then I won't recommend you doing so. But I have a little more money than that, and therefore I feel like, okay, 2k, that is an amount for me that I feel like, okay, if I lose it, it would suck, right? But it won't change much for me. But 2k on such low caps is also an amount that I feel like, yeah, it could do a lot for me if this project really does well. So therefore, I am, taking that amount, and that amount is different per person, right? So now let me take you to my my main portfolio, and that's basically almost everything in this watch list right here except playable games. That's in the low cap. So what I'm looking at, and as you notice also, it's mainly gaming, right? Mainly gaming. It is Altora, it is AVAX, it's Beam, IMX, right? That the infrastructures, the layer ones, the studios as well. I even have Gala in this, and I don't think that Gala will have a run like it did last bull run. It has way more competition right now. Gala's extremely high cap. It might 10x if it does really well from here. But then again, I feel like, hey, we also have a Games for a Living, right? There is a Myria, whatever, there's so much. And that has way more upside potential in my opinion. Plus it gets the hype these days. And I don't really see that with Gala. Now, I also look at things like launchpads, like Dicubate. I don't have a position at the moment, to be honest. And it's mainly because I felt like, oh, it ran so hard. And from that point, I did another 2x, right? And it could still do a 2x. And I can miss out on this completely. But I'd rather miss out on one coin than that I buy the local top on something. I would just feel stupid, right? That it does something like this, right? And even then goes up, but I feel like, yeah, man, I've put my money in at 5 cents. I could have also used that money to buy it at 1.5 or something. I could have gotten 3 times as much, right? I'm very, conservative maybe, to put it like that, but I don't like to YOLO all my money into pumps. But that's me, right? Some people, they do that and it can work out really well. Engine, I have it on my watch list. I haven't bought it. There are a lot of good projects out there, like Engine, but I feel like I can't have them all. And that's kind of how I feel about it. And if Engine really one day has a dip that it goes here, then I feel like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And if not, then not. Again, then I won't miss out. I don't care. Same goes for Illuvium. Fully diluted market cap now $1 billion, sitting at resistance, close to its all-time high, market cap wise. Yeah, not for me. Not for me. I don't see a 15x or something for Illuvium. And maybe it will, but I don't see it. I still have a little bit of Chainlink. It has been holding up pretty well, to be honest. I've sold my Chainlink at $12. I don't even know anymore. I sold my Chainlink at least a good part of it, right? And after that, it went higher. And yeah, for me, it doesn't really matter because I'm not here to try to, time the top or anything on these coins. But then it's also important to not FOMO back in when prices are higher. And that's also not what I'm doing. So I still have a little position. I'm not selling it because I think that in the bull run, Chainlink could be way higher than where it is right now. But I'm also not buying more right now, as I feel like, hey, at this point, $9 or so, like, I don't want to make this video about my entries necessarily, but it goes for every coin basically that I will buy most of them when they have a good pullback, like another 20% or something, but a 50% pullback. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. I have a backup plan, and that is, like I said, Decubate, Engine Starter, Seedify. What do they have in common? These are launchpads, right? And I have a good tier on most launchpads, so I can allocate my money into new IDOs. And therefore, I feel like, hey, if I cannot use my money to buy like Chainlink on the open market, then I use it to get into IDOs. It's way more profitable anyway than buying stuff in the open market. Yeah, a lot is also watchlist kind of stuff like LitLab. I was in the IDO, but I sold it already. No, it got refunded as it was like really doing terrible. And then the whole gaming studio hype began, right? And then we have seen like more than like a 20x on this almost. Crazy. I have like a really small position, I think, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, no, the layers, the infrastructure studios like Foco Forge, right? That goes with that as well. But as you can see, Foco Forge was sitting at some good resistance right here, right? And it got rejected right there. Now it is holding up. And there, I think crypto at the moment, and maybe by the time you watch this, it's already broken to the up or downside. But at the moment of recording, it's interesting as we have wicks to the upside, but we have wicks to the downside as well. So it's showing strength and weakness at the same time. Overall, it is an uptrend. So, hey, it's showing a little bit more strength right now. But yeah, no, Foco Forge is a good one, but I still expect it to come back to $5.20 or so. Shrapnel is mooning. I've bought a moon back. Is it in my moon back portfolio? I don't know, but I've bought a little bit, but quite high for what it is at the moment. Solana, same thing. I had Solana. I sold it. I mean, it did 10x. What you want, right? I sold it for less than that, way less. I sold it here, I think. But it doesn't matter. I made a 5x, 4 from where I bought it. So I'm fine, right? And again, don't get too emotional. If you miss out on something, like if you take profits and then it goes higher, yeah, okay, whatever. There's more fish in the sea and you made profits. You didn't lose. You made money, right? What else do you want? Spartadex is something that I have in my portfolio. Also a launchpad. I really like that. So I'm getting a call. Always nice to talk to Margin. Super is something that I had in my portfolio. I've bought this quite low, and it mooned. So I felt like, hey, I did a 6x. Yeah, take profits, man. Took profits. This is one of the few coins that I sold completely, as I thought this was really overheated at the moment, and it came down already a little bit. Not enough for me. Ultra is something that hasn't really run yet, and it's interesting because this is also gaming infrastructure, and for some reason it hasn't run, and I think it will. I think it will still run. I mean, yeah, it did run. It went from 12 cents to 28, so yeah, it also 2x, but it's not really standing out. Also did not make new highs. Like if you look at these kind of charts, it's completely different than this, right? So I think it will still come. Veracity is something that I also have. Not too impressed also by the last couple of months, but then again, it has been very strong during the whole bear market, basically. For the last 1.5 years, it has been pretty strong. I mean, it went down, it went up, but overall, it went quite sideways. And I think Veracity has something good to it. And Whack Me Games is a project that I feel like, oh, this could be a big one. But it needs to call off for me. Now, like I said, Seedify is a project that I'm having my eyes on. I have launchpads like Engine Starter, like Pulse Finance, like Avalanche. I've sold that. Chain GPT, interesting. Spartadex is interesting. And there are just many projects that I'm looking to buy when they come out, right? Like when they're going to release on these kind of launchpads. Now, this is an extremely expensive launchpad to get into, but it's more than a launchpad, right? I'm a Neo Tokyo citizen for what do you mean? An S1 citizen, but that's currently like 18 Ethereum. And then you also have to stake Bytes tokens, around 2,000 bytes I have. That's now, $31,000. But then you get a like $5,000 allocation in seed sales. Like really the best gaming projects out there, and this is something that I could see become really big. It's around a $30 million market cap right now, so it's quite low. So I really love this as well, and there are just a lot of projects coming out. Portal, maybe it's already out by the time you watch this out, but Portal, Ready Games, Bloodloop, Corpo, like, man, too much to name, really. And these are the things that are really gonna make a lot of money. Now, I also have some NFTs, but it's not like I have the Seed World Vanguards. I also have SNFTS. That's the other token by Seedify, which is doing extremely well. Seed World Vanguards now have an Ethereum floor price 5x above mint price. I have 23 of those. And although that's quite some money, I'm not selling it right now as my conviction in Seedify is super high. And I think that if you want a good NFT call, you should take a look at Nexus. This is from Hustlepedia, from Crypto Banter. And this is also a launchpad, but it's also a complete like DeFi gaming dashboard where you can get where you can do your analysis and get a lot of information. It's like the app radar, but better, basically. At least that's what I expect because it's yet to come out. And you need these NFTs in order to get an allocation in their launchpad. Also quite expensive. $80,000 is the $90,000 is to get the highest tier on their launchpad. But they also have good releases together with Neo Tokyo. They really have the insights and the connections. And you have to be in the right groups to make it with crypto. That's just really what it is. So therefore, Neo Tokyo, Nexus, it's expensive, but it's worth it. If you have the money, it's worth it. And there's so much more that I can name, but this is kind of what I'm looking at right now. I'm not into the meme coins myself, only Good Morning Fam, but that's just because it's released by Seedify and there's coming more to it. But I'm not the type that likes Pepe or Doge or Shiba or whatever, as I feel like, hey, if the market falls, then a lot of projects have a good utility to fall back on, right? Well, meme coins, it's not really the case. And they do have a big hype, and I know that hype is important, but it's just not for me. So yeah, that's a no. But crypto gaming, launchpads, I think AI has a good narrative, but I don't talk too much about AI as I don't feel like I know enough about it to preach about on my channel. But the AI is good. Like there are games combined with AI. This was released by Seedify, for example, and this is micro cap, by the way. But this is Shockwaves, and this looks pretty cool. This is a pretty cool project. However, it's a project that looks like it's like not that. Because they're still out there, like they're still tweeting, and but I don't know. Well, it's super micro cap, so I might buy a little bit into this for my moonshot portfolio. But yeah, now AI combined with gaming, yeah, then shockwaves is something you can get. And well, this is a very specific call, $700,000 market cap, but also ran pretty hard during the last month, 5x up, right? So it's not really something that I would look into to buy right now, but it is on my watch list. So this is a pretty cool one. Tokenomics are quite terrible though. Oh no, it's not really that terrible. It's 5x solution. So sorry, I thought it was 50. That's a cool one. Yeah, that's how I look at these things. Let me know in the comments if you have some good suggestions, like gaming studios, launch pads, that kind of stuff. The big infrastructure kind of things that are maybe a little overlooked right now. I will share a lot of alpha and info that I have from the groups that I'm in, from the things that I've learned with the community right here, because I think we should do this together. I just wanted to share this with you. So if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, check out the Patreon. There is a link down below where you can get all these calls really early and a lot more. I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Have a nice day.